In March 2025, a company in Dallas, Texas made an announcement. Not a discovery, not a theory, not a plan. An animal, a small mouse with long, wavy golden fur, curled whiskers, and a body unlike any mouse anyone had ever seen. Its name, the colossal woolly mouse. But the truth is simpler and harder at the same time. This is a mouse with the genes of the woolly mammoth, which went extinct 4,000 years ago. Stop for a moment. We are not talking about a mouse that looks like a mammoth. We are not talking about a mouse from the same region. We are talking about a living, breathing animal in a laboratory in Dallas, Texas, carrying 7 edited genes designed to mirror the genes of a creature extinct for thousands of years. This is not science fiction. This happened in March 2025. The woolly mammoth walked this earth for 1 million years. It lived across Europe, Asia, and North America, thick fur protecting it from -50 degrees, tusks reaching 4 meters, weight of 6 tons. And then it disappeared. Not suddenly, slowly, over thousands of years. As the Ice Age ended and the modern human hunter emerged, the last mammoth population lived on Wrangel Island near Siberia and went extinct just 4,000 years ago, which means the mammoth is not an animal of the distant prehistoric past. The pyramids of Egypt were being built while it was still alive. After its extinction, scientists began finding its bones in frozen ground. But in some locations, they found more than bones. Entire bodies preserved in ice, skin, hair, organs, even stomach contents. And from these bodies, they extracted DNA. Not complete DNA. Small fragments, degraded, incomplete. But enough. A company called Colossal Biosciences in Dallas, founded by tech entrepreneur Ben Lamb, alongside Harvard geneticist George Church, decided to do something no one had done before. Take that DNA, analyze it, understand which genes made the mammoth what it was, and try to switch those same genes back on in a living animal. Why a mouse? The mammoth's closest living relative is the Asian elephant. But elephants are large animals, long life cycles. Editing their genes is a massive undertaking that takes years. The mouse, completely different. It reproduces every 23 days. Its genome has been studied for decades. It is the most well-understood mammal in laboratory science. If the idea works in a mouse, it can work in an elephant. The scientists reviewed 121 mammoth and elephant genomes from different ages, the oldest from 1.2 million years ago, the most recent from just 3,500 years ago. They mapped the genetic differences between the mammoth and the Asian elephant and identified 10 genes responsible for hair length, hair density, hair texture, color, and fat composition, which enables cold tolerance. From those 10, they selected 7 that could be replicated in a mouse. Then they used CRISPR, the gene editing tool that won the Nobel Prize in 2020, and edited all 7 genes simultaneously in a single mouse embryo. The result? 34 mice were born, all in full health. Golden fur 3 times the length of a standard mouse, curled whiskers, a pale gold color matching preserved mammoth specimens, and a fat distribution closer to cold climate adaptation. Ben Lamb, the founder and CEO, described the outcome in one non-scientific word. The animals were born completely healthy and had exactly the traits we predicted. The one thing we didn't predict, that they would be this beautiful. Beth Shapiro, chief science officer, said, "We got gorgeous mice with long, wavy, golden fur." So is that it? No, that is only the first step. The company is now working on 85 genes in the Asian elephant genome. The goal? To produce the first elephant calf with mammoth traits by 2028. Not a complete mammoth. That will take longer. But an animal with fur, tusks, cold resistance, and a lifestyle close enough to the mammoth to function in its ecosystem. Ben Lamb said the team is on track to reach that goal. Beth Shapiro was more direct. There are 22 months of biology completely outside our control. But why bring back the mammoth at all? The question is not romantic. Neither is the answer. The permafrost of the Arctic, frozen ground stretching across Siberia and northern Canada, holds enormous quantities of methane and carbon dioxide. If the permafrost thaws, those gases will be released, and they will accelerate climate change at a catastrophic rate. The mammoth, through its size and behavior, broke the thin ice above the permafrost and exposed it to cold air. That kept the ground frozen and kept the gases locked inside. Bringing back the mammoth is not just recovering a beautiful lost animal. It may be a functional tool in fighting climate change. Not everyone agrees. Vincent Lynch, evolutionary biologist at the University at Buffalo, was direct. They're making changes to an Asian elephant that make it look superficially like a mammoth. That is not de-extinction. That is genome engineering. Professor Merlin Crossley from the University of New South Wales said, "We will not see a mammoth, a dodo, or a thylacine in the coming decades. It is not about 7 genes. It is about thousands of genes and sexual reproduction." And some scientists are asking a different question entirely. If this animal is born, who is responsible for it? Where does it live? The ecosystem adapted to its absence over thousands of years. What happens when you put it back? Lynch described the potential mammoth as an invasive species in an environment that has never seen it. In 1993, Michael Crichton wrote Jurassic Park. The premise: extract dinosaur DNA from a mosquito preserved in amber and recreate living dinosaurs. Science at the time said it was impossible. DNA degrades after 1 million years. But the core idea, that you could take information from an extinct creature and switch it back on in a living one, is no longer impossible. The woolly mouse in a Dallas laboratory is the proof. Not every detail matches Crichton's vision, but the principle, it happened. Colossal Biosciences is now valued at $10.2 billion, working on the return of the woolly mammoth, the dodo, and the Tasmanian tiger. And medical companies have started licensing the same technology, because the technique that edits 7 genes simultaneously in a mouse can edit cancerous genes in a human, can treat inherited diseases, can change medicine entirely. The mammoth began as a science and imagination project, and it is becoming a medical tool. The mammoth went extinct 4,000 years ago. Its DNA was frozen in Siberian ice. Scientists in 2025 extracted that information, analyzed it with computers, and selected 7 genes, and edited a mouse embryo. And that mouse is breathing right now, with golden fur, curled whiskers, and genes the Earth has not seen for 4,000 years. The question is no longer, is this possible? The question is, what comes next? And what should come next?